first time on a plane?
I had an emergency landing in Chicago because this woman decided she wanted to pass out in the middle of my flight, so they had to land us in Chicago. They just had to text to my mother back in Philadelphia. My mother is the type of person, she will be in Chicago in 20 minutes from Philadelphia in a car. If you text her that the plane and something had happened.
What's up, Teen Vogue? I'm Jason Genao.
And I'm Jessica Marie Garcia.
I'm Brett.
I'm Sierra Capri.
And I'm Diego Tinoco.
And we're the cast of On My Block. And we're gonna share some...
And these are some of our firsts.
These are some of our firsts.
Let's go.
My first audition, wow. I think I was 16 years old, and I had lied to the casting director that I was over 18. I ended up booking the job, and it involved a lot of nudity, so my dad was like, hell to the no, you are not doing this role. That was my first experience
every
in
On My Block
Hollywood.
fan wants some Diego Tinoco nudity. Oh, you know what? Porgy and Bess at the Metropolitan Opera in Philadelphia. That was my first audition, and I played Scipio. So my line was, he's here! And I did that. Period. Booked.
I was an extra in Neighbors 2 Sorority Rising. That was the first thing I did ever.
The very first audition I ever had, I guess it would be to get into Performing Arts High School. And it was really bad because I did a monologue on a phone and I did this. And you don't hold a phone like this. I don't know if anyone's told you, but you have to really act like you're holding a phone, which is like this. And I came up there like this, and I made a fool of myself.
I don't remember my first professional audition, what it was for, but I remember like I held the sides in front of my face, and I'm just like reading it with emotion, and she's like, excuse me, can I see your face? And I was like, for what? Like,
Can't you hear me?
she's like, thank you for coming. And I was like, oh.
The first script I ever read was a play by Lyle Kessler. It was called Orphans. It's good. It's good.
I think mine was a play too in high school or something. I can't remember the name of it, but I think it was a play.
I think it was Romeo and Juliet. In,
Oh, he had a good first read.
Right.
The first script I ever got in my hands was for The Get Down.
Ooh, I was in love with the movie A Knight's Tale, and I took the script offline and wrote myself a part in it. But that was like the first script I specifically read the whole thing.
It was
The
really
first day
intense.
on
It was like a
set
5 a.m.
for
call
season
time.
It was
one.
5 a.m. call time at the
Yeah.
school. The first thing they said to us was like, guys, we want you to have so much fun. We want you to like, you know, be cool, but also we have no time to do
Right.
anything. We have
Oh
3
my
days to
God.
shoot an entire episode, so don't mess up anything at all.
The first day, I remember the table read most vividly, and that was just meeting you all for the first time. And I remember looking around for who was gonna play Spooky. And like I saw Julio, but Julio had like
Julio was,
curly
like,
brown hair with this big smile on his face, and I was just like, okay, so I met everybody, but like, where's Spooky?
Right.
And then he became like freaking Spooky.
The first day was so damn stressful. It was like season 1, like Ruby has this like huge monologue where he's walking down the stairs. I think it's like a whole 4 minutes worth of the show. And they're like, okay, scene 1, take 1, On My Block, action. And I'm just like,
My first best friend in life's name was Kahim, and we went to a performing arts program together, and we're still kicking.
One of my first best friends since 3rd grade, his name is Felipe, and we actually moved out to Los Angeles together when we graduated. We were both 18 years old, and we survived off ramen noodles and you know, some French toast, and that's it.
My first best friend, her name was Christina Corlogos. I still talk to her on like Instagram till this day. Hi, Christina, if you're watching this.
my first best friend ever, her name was Helen. Shout out to Helen. She grew up like a couple houses away from me, and so we were like, we're doing everything together. Like her mom used to walk us to school, even though I lived across the street.
My first best friend ever, her name was Ashley, and we were 5 years old, and she came up to me in kindergarten, and she was like my only friend because I thought it was cool to like drop Oreos on the ground and go, God made dirt and dirt don't hurt, and still eat them. So you can imagine that I didn't have a lot of friends at first. But she came up to me and was like, hey, do you want to be best friends? And I was like, yes, and we were best friends till high school. And I still talk to her. She's doing really, really well.
First crush. It wasn't even a crush. I was head over heels. I was in love. It was Ariana Grande from Victorious. When I was watching that show, just seeing them perform and just being at like a school that I wish I could have been at, seeing them do their thing was fascinating.
You know, I don't remember. When I have a crush, I just don't say any words. I don't even engage. So it was probably one of those moments where I was younger of just liking someone and just, you know, acting like they didn't exist.
My first crush was probably in elementary school. I'm not gonna say who.
Always
just in case
get
he's
started
watching,
early.
But hey.
Helen. Let's take it.
Helen was your first crush?
Yes. That's why I started talking to her. And then I was like, what's up?
Because you thought she was cute. Oh, that's sweet. I was boy crazy growing up. Thank God I'm married because I probably still would be. Mine were like every celebrity. I was really into Elijah Wood, Jonathan Brandis, Andrew Keegan, and then it was like Hanson, and then it was NSYNC, and then it was Backstreet Boys, and then now like I'm really into K-pop now. I have a lot of crushes.
Oh, so all celebrity.
I didn't like real boys. They're boring.
Oh, yeah.
Except for you, Joey Giuliano. I still think about you sometimes.
My mom, I love you.
Oh, that
Good
was
morning.
great.
Yeah, that was oh.
I've not sent a
Spanish.
text today, but
I
I
have
should
not sent
text
a
my
text
mom.
today.
I love you. Love you, Mom.
Oh, my first text was to you. He wanted me to bring something because I'm like his keeper. So I made sure to bring what he needs.
My first text was to my stylist, who was like asking me something. I was in the shower, so like I didn't respond for like 2 hours. She's like, forget it.
He's the worst responder ever. Like I will DM him or like tell fans to like get at him because he won't respond to his phone.
What?
Yeah,
Interesting.
yeah. Tell me about it. That's being friends with Jason Howe. In a nutshell.
Our first time on a plane.
I had an emergency landing in Chicago because this woman decided she wanted to pass out in the middle of my flight. So they had to land us in Chicago. They just had to text to my mother back in Philadelphia. My mother is the type of person, she will be in Chicago in 20 minutes from Philadelphia in a car. If you text her that the plane and something had happened. So I had to deal with that. It was a mess.
I was headed to visit my dad in Bmore, and the guy sitting beside me had way too much to drink. He was like so red, you know, like bloodshot red, and he smelled like straight up. I'm not gonna say which alcohol, but yes, it was a lot. And I was like, I don't even know, like 10. And he was trying to talk to me and just have a long conversation. He was nice though, but yeah.
We don't do nice
First
drugs.
flight, I had a bunch of turbulence, and as soon as we landed, everybody clapped, and I was like, "Is that every flight? Is that normal?"
The first time I was on a plane, they gave me a shrimp cocktail, and that was also
They
like
gave
my
you
first.
a-
Yes.
How old were you?
5. They gave me a shrimp cocktail. I don't know. I might have been like riding high the
Why
first
is this
time. I might have been
plane-
first class. Who
Okay,
knows?
this
You don't know my
plane-
life, Jason.
Listen.
This was my first plane ride, not yours.
I'm not
They gave
doubting
me
you.
shrimp cocktail.
I'm just saying planes don't do that no more.
Well, they did at the time, and it was beautiful, and I remember it being delicious, and I felt very classy.
But I do remember, like, when I was young, that entire meals used to be free. Remember, like, when meals were free no matter where you sat on the plane? And now they're like $100 for this Coca. I'm like, okay, I'll start.
They're like, if you want a juice box, you gotta give us your firstborn.
Oh my
I had a Motorola Razr,
No.
and I was click, 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 click. I was so fast at
remember
texting.
that singular Firefly with the 4 buttons? That's what I.
Yes.
I don't remember my first phone. I didn't think I had a phone until like 8th grade, and then it was like the iPhone, the 3.
It was on my birthday. My mom gave me a box, and then she's like, don't open it. She calls the phone, and it starts ringing, and I like tear this open. It's a I sound so ungrateful, but I was just so, it was a little flip phone, and I got so mad at her that I used to buy like those dollar ringtones, and like, you're gonna pay for this ringtone because
my God, you're
I can't even text. I couldn't do with that phone.
My first phone was a Nokia 3 something or other where it just had Snake, and Snake was like the coolest thing in the world at the time. I remember being like, oh, thought I was the with my Nokia that was like this big and it was like a brick.
First expensive purchase? Do we want to get into the
I
tea
was
for
about to
real?
say.
Because I done bought a car.
Bought a house.
You know what? I'm sorry, but these student loans,
And that's on
that's
period.
the most.
I had to pay my SAG bill. That was like
Oh my God.
$4,000.
I swear to God, he owed so much money to SAG. I didn't think he was gonna be able to work. I bought, a home, I would say.
SAG, a house. Okay,
Yeah, well,
interesting.
yo, I've been saving for a long time. I was on Living Maddie and waiting tables, okay? I worked.
Beyonce. I didn't know. I was like, oh yeah, Beyonce, yeah, I'll go. You know, what am I gonna do there? And I went and I said, oh, she's a superhero.
Yeah. I went to go see my friends perform Brockhampton over at Camp Flognaw, and it was amazing. I don't think I've ever, still to this day, seen a show like that. The firefighters actually had to come in and stop the concert because so many people couldn't breathe because everybody was so tight together and there's just too many people. So shout out to them. They know how to put on one hell of a show.
Do y'all even know who B2K is?
What you talking about?
It was B2K, Mario, and Marion, like
Now,
that
Marion,
group tour.
yes!
Romeo,
Marcus.
like, yeah, it was like that group tour, and I was like 6, and my mom took me, and then I was like, it's too loud, I can't. And so I went home, and she was so mad. She's like, Sierra, we're not going to a concert for a long time.
Ooh, NSYNC and Britney Spears. Britney Spears opened for NSYNC, and I was like, who? Britney? Who? I don't know. Now look at her.
Demi Lovato.
Oh, I walked past Cardi at Fashion Week and I was like, okay, whoa, this is unacceptable.
The first time I was starstruck, I was working with Dylan O'Brien and Tyler Posey on Teen Wolf. It was like a quick 10-second scene. But I was like freaking out because I grew up on that show, and that was the first show that I got to be a part of.
I didn't think I was gonna be starstruck, but when I met Veronica Falcon from Queen of the South, oh my god!
First of all, that show.
She's phenomenal, and she's so sweet. So yeah, that I didn't think I'd be starstruck when I met her, but I was like, oh my god.
Oh God, I get starstruck all the time, but the one that means the most to me is Viola Davis.
Okay.
Yeah, beat Viola Davis, Jason. Try. Check.
Hugh Jackman.
That's a good one. That's a good one. I saw him too.
I worked with him.
Never mind, he wins.
Thanks, Teen Vogue.
Thank you,
Thank you,
Teen
Teen
Vogue.
Vogue.
We had so much fun. We hope you learned something about us. Hope you still like us. Hope you're still watching season 3.
Bye.
Bye.